People, is your brother and friend T.A. Promise. And the Lord laid in my heart for us to share this. I hope it's going to be a blessing to you as it is to me. That is the Gospel of Matthew chapter 14, reading from verse 6 to verse 9. On Herod's birthday, the daughter of Herodias danced for the guest and pleased Herod so much that he promised with an oath to give her whatever she asked. Prompted by the mother, she said, "Give me here on a dish the head of John the Baptist." Take note of verse 9. It says, "The king was distressed, but because of his oaths and his dinner guests, that is his friends, he ordered that her request be granted." All right. Never live your life to prove a point to people. Never live your life to prove a point to people. You might be in a serious trap, because in most cases you might be left alone at the end and they are living their lives and making it. Do not allow your decision to be controlled by people's opinion. Of course, they could count depending on who is the person in question, but make sure your life decisions to not be influenced by people's opinion. It's your life and not theirs. You are the one living. They say, there's a saying, I think in Pidgin, that the man we wear shoe we no place we idioti. All right. So looking at this scripture, it is unfortunate that a lot of people in our world today are living for others. Some are not even conscious that they are doing so. For example, let me use this example. I've been a boarder, and of course, I'm sorry if I'm letting some of our secrets as boys leak out today, but I'm just doing this so that we could be safe, because things are really getting out of hand for some people right now. Hope you know that boys' bond is so strong that I'm sorry to say this, but boys love themselves, as in boys, they love themselves. It's unfortunate that we can hardly move to our dear colleague, our own brother man, and tell the brother man that, "Brother man, I love you." But it's just by our ways that you understand that, oh, we love ourselves. For some cases, if I may say, but if not, I feel like the bond between boys are more stronger than the bond between girls. Please, I know it could be argued, but if not, that's my own perspective. At the time in school, we used to have boys who could bet. I don't know whether I have been part of that bet, God, please. All right. We could bet on we could bet on who is first to date somebody, or who will be the person that will be able to date maybe a fine girl or whatsoever. You already understand that anybody that is approaching that girl, in most cases, might not be approaching her out of love or affection, but it's based on the bet. It might be an outside to this, but it's usually an advice, which is still another thing which I might be dragged for. I'm very sorry that my guys might be in serious trouble with me right now, but I'm doing this for my age sisters, elder sisters, and much more my junior sisters. Don't do pass yourself, as in never been the woman leaving her father and mother in search. He has been the man. So make sure your own turn. Let tables not turn. Get it, then forget about it. Because a lot of people today fall in that trap of trying to please others. It is true you need to be available as a girl. Do that as a favor to yourself to be reachable, because whatsoever we fight for to have, we are going to fight for to keep. And if for any reason they did not fight to have you, know that they might literally not fight to keep you. A word to wise is sufficient. All right, still in school, back then in school, we had a friend who got into a relationship with a certain girl which we believe was very serious with him. But from nowhere, just from a discussion with in the dorm, and from nowhere, someone just said, "This is your girl's self, eh?"
And he just gave one silly complaint that whether the girl had a problem, whether on her face or stuff. And I bet you from nowhere that boy just lost interest like that. As in, I think not far from that day, he went back and did what? And break up. Of course, maybe someone could say maybe he did not even have interest from the start. Maybe he was just trying to do that for fun whatsoever, based on the bad stuff that I said. That's true, but to be sincere, me being a living testimony of the time the relationship started and when and how long it was, he of course he didn't bet for that relationship. He didn't go in for a bet before the relationship. So, Brev, just to make us understand that from nowhere he just lost interest simply because of someone's opinion. The person's opinion turned out to now be his decision. Maybe the two of them, maybe during that time, was going through something, maybe some differences, and out of jealousy, this person just came out with that whatsoever, and boom, everything ended like that. So you need to be conscious of these things, because that's just exactly what happened with the king, King Herod, that he was obliged to act. It's true he took an oath that maybe compelled him to act, but I want to take more of what the last sentence is, that because of his dinner friends, meaning his squad or whatsoever, that compelled him now. He means he had no choice now but to now act, because he had to now please the people that were with him. I think if he even took that oath when there were no friends around him, maybe he could be able to revoke the oath. But because he took the oath in the presence of his friends, boom, everything ended like that. So this is just, how can I say, this is just an advice to each and every one of us, that in all what you do, make sure the opinions of people do not influence your decisions. And if for any reason they need to, make sure there are people that are contributing to your upbringing, people that are contributing to your life, that you could say you could call to and say, no, because of this person and where I am today. So if this person is giving an opinion or is trying to give a suggestion about my life, of course I need to consider it and work on it to make sure that I myself am not in regrets at the end, because the world is full of a lot of jealousy. The world is full of a lot of people that love with us but are not really with us, and will join you after succeeding in their evil to mourn with you, whereas they are the ones who initiated it, simply maybe with just an opinion, just a slant, just a comment and stuff. All right, thank you.